Hey, I'm Andy Aledort. In this edition of In Deep, we're going to continue with the lick development concept. Last month, we were taking melodic phrases and then moving them to different parts of the neck and then building on those ideas and creating new melodies. The overall concept being that a great solo is melodic and you have a story to tell. You move from one melodic idea to the next and there be a flow to that. Thematic development, all these things, that you can use in composition, they make for great solos. So let's continue. We're going to take, basically start with a lick or a melodic phrase, and then we just move it to different parts of the neck and change the lick a little bit, or take the end of it and make it the beginning of a new lick, etc. Lick development 2, here we go. All right, once again, we're playing over this E-funk track, and everything's based on E minor pentatonic, E, G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B, D. So my melodic phrase and you can kind of think of this as two different things. Like this is one part, and then the sort of the punctuation, the end of the phrase, way to wrap up the idea. And then that, even if you continue to play it in the same octave, it could be a lick. It's a theme. Jimi Hendrix used this kind of stuff all the time. It's a good way to think of solos. So, we had it up here. Then I moved it down to here. Then here is the same pitch, but in a different part of the neck on other strings. Same thing here. It also gives you the chance to practice a phrase in different parts of the neck and listen to the difference. If you play something here, as opposed to here, and here, it keeps getting brighter as you go on the higher strings and lower on the neck when there's more tension on the strings. So, then we went down an octave to here. Then one more octave to here. But I had to change the lick at the end because we had been going E to B to D, but when we get here, E is obviously our lowest note, so we can't do that. So I changed the melody. Which is another good lesson. You can, if we took this, then that part of it could be a lick of its own. All right, so this time I took the beginning, but instead of moving away, I stayed in that octave as I was just demonstrating. So now my 1-bar lick becomes a 2-bar idea. And you're free to change the phrasing a little bit. Like instead of going, you could go, and then instead of going, you could go, something like that. Like little subtle changes. You know, you should look for the opportunity to make those little subtle changes, as opposed to going, you can do, and then at the end here, I really wanted to have a punctuation, a real end. That really wraps up the idea. And then the very last way to play this on the guitar, why I leave it out, is you can use your open G. Same octave as this. But if you use an open G, you can do that Jimi Hendrix trick and reach behind the nut and bend up a half step and put a vibrato on it.